All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and a new winery for me was in the store, and Lasseter Family, which I've never heard of these wines before, but I mean, they had a really good portfolio, I thought, and they're really artistic, the whole line. And then I go and learn and find out that these are the people that started Pixar. So obviously there's the artistic element, and you know, obviously very smart too. They hired Phil Coturri as their farmer and their winemaker, Julia Iantosca, which they're making some very good wines here at this winery. Very unique, you know. They've got a fun packaging, and they all have a story behind them, which, you know what, it's so nice to see that. You know, if you have a beautiful looking package, the story should be on the back label. And it's all these wines, you get the story right there on the back label. The varietals that make up the blend, since they're not on the front label. And this, the first wine was a rosé, Enjoue rosé, and this is made in the style of a rosé from the south of France. It's not a Saunier. It's not a wine that was made to make another wine more intense. And a similar blend to what you find down there, 78% Syrah, 12% Grenache, and 10% Mourvedre, and really reminiscent of a Côte de Provence rosé on the nose, and a Bandol rosé maybe even also. And this is well, an old property here that they bought. It was been around since the 1800s. Some of the vines here are over 100 years old. Everything is from their estate, and lovely nose on this rosé, kind of rose petal floral notes, light red berry fruit, raspberries, strawberries, and really juicy on the tongue with some with a bone dry finish, of course. Those pretty floral notes to the finish, and a nice little hint of minerality there. That's the thing that leaves your tongue tingling after the acidity finish. Very good little rosé at $29. The Chemin de Fer is next, which the name means railroad, and I guess there's a railroad train that runs through the vineyard. And this wine's a blend of 42% Grenache, 30% Syrah, and 28% Mourvedre. And they keep these all separately. They found that the different varietals work better in certain types of oak, so they age them separately until they're ready to blend them, and then put them together for, you know, a few months before they bottle them to let the different varietals meld. And this is a very juicy and fruity wine. Lovely berry pie fruit here with a touch of spice and floral notes there. Some wild herbs, bright and zesty red berry fruit on the tongue with a really nice sweetness coming out on the second day even. These wines very well made. Definitely improving on the second day. A lovely silky smooth texture to this wine as well. Those lovely pretty floral notes coming out on the finish. And like I said, even better on the second day. Excellent juice at $55. A little bit of a tough sell for a Syrah blend from Sonoma, but the wine is in the bottle there. This is the Paysage, and this is a blend of 42% Merlot, 29% Cabernet, 25% Malbec. They really like Malbec here, and I have to say their wines showcase it very well. This has got a big nose full of plum and dark cherry fruit, dark earth, mocha. Nice complexity here, some sweet tobacco spice. Smooth and polished on the tongue. This wine's got a good amount of that sweet plum and cherry fruit. A nice hand of spice and some minerality. A bit hot on the finish, but really mellowing out a little bit on the second day and coming together. All these wines, like I said, very well made, showing very nicely the next morning. Excellent juice at $62. And then the Amoureux, which is showing their affection for the Malbec varietal. This is one of their things that they really like, Malbec, and this wine is 73% Malbec. You don't see a lot of blends that feature Malbec in California, so I mean, kudos to them for that, doing something a little different here. And the winery was just completed in 2010. The new one, they tried to save some of the old buildings, but you know, I just say knock the old thing down. Heck with the history and behind it and everything else, man. We need a new state-of-the-art building if we're going to make one of the world's finest wines. So that was just completed in 2010 for this wine. They only make 2,000 cases of this. And this wine's got a good amount of blackberry and blueberry fruit, really juicy, with notes of fresh plowed black earth, bitter cocoa, black licorice spice. A big and chewy wine on the tongue with layers of that blackberry coulis and pretty floral, violet floral notes. A good bit of spice along with the finish here too. And like I said, even better on the second day. This wine showing lovely balance, lovely depth, and a long layered finish. Most excellent juice. At $50, it was my favorite wine. Not the most expensive wine, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. All right, I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.